Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday, and thank you so much for joining me, talking, reviewing, and looking at all things Masters of the Universe. And today on the channel, as you can see, we're looking at my next Mondo figure, my actually very first Mondo figure in the world of the Master Universe, and that of FAKER. We'll take a look at him, out of the packaging, of course. All his accessories, the beautiful artwork he comes with in his box art and stuff like that, and hopefully have a lot of fun, guys. So here we go. So first of all, here's FAKER right there. A very scary figure, and I'll tell you why here in a minute, guys. This review is going to be kind of weird because I've got to be extremely careful with this figure here, and I'll tell you why here in a few minutes here. But there's the figure himself right there. Nice shot of him right there. Battle axe right there. Alright. So a very beautiful figure right there. Right there. One of 3 Mondo figures that I have. And I did a review of He-Man not too long ago on my channel. If you'd like to go back and check it out, please do. Alright, but let's take a look at the, the slip cover first. And there it is. Comes with that really beautiful Snake Mountain face right there. Alright. So right there, just got a wrapping of the snake right there, the famous snake from Snake Mountain right there. Of course, there's the really cool lava flow. And I know, with the origins of Snake Mountain, I know there's, I can't find it. If somebody can point out to me the website or, the eBay, anything, that I know certain people, can make that beautiful lava fall for their Snake Mountain origins. If you can point that out to me, who I can try and see who I can get to make me one or sell me one, I would love that, guys. Thank you for doing that. Alright, back around. Alright. Alright, moving on to the actual box he comes in. Right here on the side. Go fast, if he doesn't fall. Alright, so here's the box he comes in, right here. There you go. Similar as He-Man's in about. But there's FAKER right there. The evil robot of Skeletor. Now, I do believe there's 2 different versions of this particular FAKER in Mondo, this 1/4 scale. And I think I believe I only have the standard version. Like the standard version of He-Man that came out. And I know that there's going to be all kinds of really cool Mondo figures coming out, like that Skeletor, like the Ultimate Skeletor of all the different versions of him, like Terror Claw, I believe, and Dragon Blaster. Let me open it up here. I'm going to show you the back real fast, guys. So here's the back. Some beautiful illustration there. Beautiful color, of FAKER right there. There he is. Standing in front of Snake Mountain right there. Alright. And of course, when you open it up, the package right there. So this is what he looks like out of the packaging. It comes with all types of accessories and items and weapons right there. And so there's a little diagram, or like a little bio of FAKER, originally built by Man-at-Arms to cover it for He-Man when Prince Adam is needed. FAKER was abandoned after his first mission and in the royal junkyard and by the evil Triclops. So he pretty much was discarded, and Triclops found him, and then Skeletor reprogrammed him, I believe, and there we go. A much different take of FAKER, Of course, the Filmation style FAKER we got was a different story where Skeletor created him with magic, a much different looking FAKER. And let me tell you one thing, with this new cartoon collection hitting the shelves right now and hitting wave after wave, if we can get a Filmation style FAKER, in the Origins line, the I guess real skin tone FAKER, not the blue variant of FAKER in the cartoon collection, I think that would be absolutely amazing. In the collection, that'd be pretty cool to get. So let me show you. I wonder what your thoughts about that. If we get a a Filmation standard Origins figure with the more human flesh tone, skin tone, and not the blue variant. I want to know how you feel about that. I think that would be really cool to get. Right there, 1/6 scale collection figure right there. So beautiful artwork as always. All right. Get Faker back over here in the center right here. There he is. Sorry, I can't see his face, but there you go. Now, I got to be extremely careful with this figure. As you see, you know, I can't really do a whole lot of movement with him. He's a very, very, I wouldn't say fragile figure, but his items are, okay? But before we look at the, you know, the figures, you know, items and stuff like that, it comes with the shield. It comes with an extra head sculpt right there. That, you know, really cool head sculpt. It brings back that 80s version of Faker right there. Looks really cool. All right. Then we have a blaster. It comes with. There you go. It comes with a shield. Now, the shield, when I first got the shield, you know, I thought I had a broken shield, but I watched other videos of other YouTubers who had this particular Faker, and I watched their reviews, and all of them had the same problem as I. And I'll show you what, you know, and of course, you know, being one of the first Mondo figures, you know, or a very earlier design of Mondo, and, you know, things are going to, you know, have some problems and stuff like that. And of course, they have improved a lot, you know, from this version of Faker to now, I guess, the standard He-Man that I showed you guys. There's a lot of improvements here, you know, in the Mondo, you know, universe, I guess, or, you know, as time has passed, basically. And, you know, so they've shown a lot of improvement with their items with Mondo here, from Faker to now He-Man, you know, and probably with now Skeletor and other figures that have come out since Faker here. And one of the problems with this particular shield, which is absolutely beautiful, it's modeled, you know, like, you know, He-Man's shield, which we saw not too long ago in the review. Mine, and I thought that was my, you know, that came with it, that was broken, but the handle breaks off right there very easily. Okay, and I thought it was a broken shield, and when I watched other YouTubers, they had the same problem. Theirs broke off too. Okay, whereas you know the new He-Man and others, you know, they have fixed that now and had the shield now glued into properly, so it does not fall apart. So right here, so I can't even display my shield unless I guess I can glue it. I guess, but I don't. But I guess I can do that if I want to. All right, but the shield breaks, the handles breaks right here. And these little parts here come off too. Like these fly off right here. So these little pieces right here pop off as well, which is not great. All right, I'm not a fan of that. Right there, a very fragile, you know, shield here, and I can't even like have them display it with the shield because it just breaks off. So a very poor design here, which they have improved, you know, with the He-Man, and you know, maybe the other Faker, maybe that Faker. You know, maybe a deluxe Faker, I think, came out, maybe, and maybe they improved on that. But yeah, so I watched a lot of YouTubers who had the same problem as me when they got the shield out with this particular standard Faker here. Their handle here broke off like mine, became broken, which is kind of weird. So that's why I can't display him with this particular shield. It's a beautiful shield. Don't get me wrong. It's an amazing, gorgeous shield here. I love the orange, you know. It fits beautifully with this. Another thing I want to show you, which they don't include here, maybe in a minute here, another item that they don't have, which I think would have been a nice touch with this Faker here. But still, an amazing shield here. I just wish I can display it. I guess I can glue it in, but even that scares me, you know. I don't really want to do that. All right. Another thing I have is the, I guess, sheath right here that holds the sword here, his particular sword here in hand, and I'm going to talk about that sword in a minute here, guys. Okay, it comes with that. It also comes with extra pairs of hands, you know, different pairs of hands, whatever you wish to, you know, display your Faker. You got a couple of fists right there. Oops, a couple of fists of fury right there. I'm going to give He-Man a big old punch to the nose, or maybe Man-at-Arms a punch to the nose for discarding him in the royal garbage, I guess, and some different types of gripping hands. And I think what happened was, and I'll tell you in a minute why I think I messed up, because being my first Mondo figure, I think I grabbed the wrong gripping hands for these, you know, for these weapons here. So that's my bad, all right? But extra pairs of gripping hands right there. Right there. And there's the figure itself once again. Beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful figure. I love the look of the faceplate right there, or his armor right there with the first tassels, the beautiful diamond right there in the center. You can see the the sticker, the famous sticker of his right there. Beautiful body sculpt there. Nice flocked boots right there. Very nice. The axe is, amazing as well. And we got that similar axe of He-Man not too long ago. And Sword of Power, or his version of the sword right there, to mimic the Sword of Power. Now, I don't know, maybe I used the wrong gripping hands for these particular items, but as like I was saying, when FAKER came out, they were still, I don't know, learning or just trying to different things with these figures here. And of course, as the years has gone by and other figures have come out in Mondo, maybe it's just my figure, but my hands were extremely stiff. Whereas He-Man, that review or that figure, his hands were more flexible and has more movement in them. And these weapons are extremely fragile, very, very fragile. Okay, almost like toothpicks, hollow toothpicks. And and no joke, guys, I've already broken this particular sword twice now, and I've been extremely careful with this. That's why I can't move it. I'm afraid of even moving the sword right now in this review here. I wish I could. I wish you show you some articulation. I wish I could remove the the axe right here. Like the axe and the sword here, they're very, very fragile and they can break very easily. So if you do get this figure here if you do wish to continue your Mondo collection, or you want to start a Mondo collection and eventually you will get this FAKER, be very, very careful. All right. My suggestion is maybe I used the wrong gripping hands on him. That could be the very possibility. But you're gonna find his hands are extremely stiff and very hard to move and try to flex. And so maybe what you should do, as a pointer, maybe put them in some hot water, to kind of loosen the joints up a little bit. And what I should have done, and that's my bad. And maybe if I did that, maybe I would have had a much better, flexible hands with FAKER. So just, keep that in mind if you do get this FAKER here. Okay, it's it's a beautiful figure. In fact, let me turn him around real fast. Show the back of him. I gotta, let's just get him out of it. Oops. Aha. Oops. I gotta be careful. Hang on. There it is. But there's the back of FAKER right there. Still an amazing figure. But yeah, just a word of caution, guys. Just be very, very careful with him. Okay. Back right here. Yeah, I can't show a whole lot of articulation, of the figure here because it scares me. I'm afraid I'm going to break the handle again of the sword again. I'm afraid to even try to attempt to remove the sword from his hand, or even the axe too, of how fragile and brittle, these weapons are. Once they did improve with He-Man, at least the Sword of Power. That Sword of Power of He-Man, of that standard version Mondo, is a much, it has a rubberized, flexible handle, which is nice, okay? So it won't break as easily as, FAKER's sword here. And but yeah, just be very careful, guys. Take your time. If you have this figure here, I'm curious, did you have the same type of problems with this figure at all? I mean, with the shield, with the, with the sword right here, and even the axe. And that's why I have to display him like this. I'm going to keep him like this the entire time. But, it's still a cool figure. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful figure. I'm glad to have it in my collection. I just got to show, some, be very careful with him so I don't, break the sword again for the third time. Beautiful head sculpt right there. I mean, and Mondo does an amazing job. Don't get me wrong, they do an incredible job with the detail of their figures. They're absolutely beautiful. They look amazing. And like I said, I feel like they've improved with their figures throughout the years, and they learn from their mistakes. I don't know if this was a mistake or not. Maybe it was just my figure itself. Maybe it was my mistake of putting the wrong gripping hands for the weapons there. And I should have used maybe these hands instead. Maybe that's my bad. But, you know, I learned, you know, like I said, this is my first Mondo figure. And, you know, hopefully not my last. You know, I hope I get, you know, other Mondo figures in the collection, you know. But still, like I said, a beautiful figure. And I do like the fact that they included, you know, I'm not going to show it because like I said, I want to be very cautious. Like, I do like the fact that they included this standard, like, you know, version of Faker, the 80s version of Faker, or even, or the Origins version of Faker's head sculpt right here. I think that was a nice touch right there. Alright. And for fun, guys, I got some other Fakers here. You know, I'm going to show off. I have his New Eternia version right there. There he is. And of course, I have his Mondo, one of his Mondo versions, his standard Mondo version. Alright, so we have, hang on, let me get these guys out of the way real fast. Okay, let's put Mondo here, Mondo Faker here. His retail version Faker right there. And then we got, of course, you know, the first variant of Faker, that more Filmation style Faker. And this is what I was talking about with the cartoon collection, getting this variant of Faker. You know, I think they gave us a Super 7 version of this particular Faker. And I would love to get that cartoon Filmation collection, you know, Faker like this. I think that would be absolutely amazing to get in the cartoon collection. The more standard Faker right here, the more Filmation style Faker right there. And don't forget, we have one more Faker I got to show you. And I got to be careful here. Put him right. How do I do this? How do I do this? Hang on a second, guys. Alright, guys, I did a little changing here, guys. Of course, I put this Faker over here on this side right here. And of course, don't forget we have that Leo Faker from that duplicate, you know, combo here. Of course, Faker is my second favorite of all time, you know, right under Triclops. Alright. Oh, of course, guys, at the end of the here, what's very soon, I'll be showing you another Funko Pop in my collection. A Funko Pop I've shown before, and it's, you know, Faker related, so, you know, no spoilers here. But, of course, I had to bring out my Faker Funko Pop here in my collection. All right, put him right here. So this is all my Fakers that I have in my collection here. From the Funko to the first version right there of the Masterverse line. To my Mondo figure here. To the New Eternia version, which still is an amazing figure here. Very cool. Of course, with that Leo Faker right here. Oh, another thing I totally forgot, guys. Is another thing that maybe they did it with the other version of Faker, maybe, is give us the orange Havoc staff in the Mondo version here, which they did not include with this particular Faker. I would call it maybe the standard version of Faker. I do believe there was two different Fakers in the Mondo world here. And that would be kind of cool if they would have included the orange Havoc staff, you know, in this particular figure. And I wish, like, you know, another thing would have been kind of, well, I guess you can see it, more bronze than silver, and the, you know, and the shield, I'm sorry, and the axe, and the, you know, the sword here. And it would be kind of nice. You can see right there, my handles broke off. That much more orange tone right there on the sword right there. And the axe would be kind of a nice touch with this figure here. But still, like I said, a beautiful figure, but I've got to be very patient. I mean, I'm very patient, but just be very cautious, you know, with this particular figure. And I wish I could show you some articulation with him, but I'm just afraid, like, the slightest movement will break something. So I got to be very careful, guys. But there you go, guys. There's a look. Oh, let me show you some beautiful artwork right there. Faker right there. I love that artwork right there. But there you go, guys. There's a look at my Mondo Faker with all his other Faker figures that I have in the collection here. Alright, guys, I'd like to take the time now to thank my subscribers. If you made it this far in the channel or in the video and have not subscribed, please subscribe, guys. I love talking with you guys. All things Masters of the Universe. which could be the Mondo figures. You know, it could be Masterverse. You know, right here, you got Masterverse. You have Funko. And of course, we have Origins figures from the, you know, the duplicate, you know, Leo Faker. You know, I hope we get another chance to, you know, if you want to do a fan favorite figure, Mattel, you know, let's bring back some of these exclusive figures that we missed out on, or some people missed out on, or want a second, you know, chance to get a loose version of them. It'd be kind of cool. To the original Origins line, of course. To the, you know, the cartoon collection, to the Turtles of Grayskull, to the, you know, CGI line. I wish the CGI line produced their own version of Faker in their toy line. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen, because I believe that show is now fully canceled now, so I believe that's off the table now. Hit that like button too, guys, and that thumbs up, and thank you for doing that, guys. It means a lot, so thank you so much for hitting that like button, and hit that notification bell when I upload new videos. And tomorrow on the channel, hopefully I'll have some new figures very soon. If not, we'll look at another deluxe figure in the Masters line. Okay, so hopefully you'll stay tuned for that. So thank you for joining me for that. All right, share this video, guys, as always. Who has a love and a passion for all things Masters of the Universe, like the Mondo figures here. To the Origins line. The Masters line. My apologies. To the Origins line here, which could be the Vintage Origins line here. To the cartoon collection. To the Turtles of Grayskull now. To the CGI line. To, you know, for the 80s line. To the Classics line. You know. To the 2000X. To, you know, Super 7. To the New Adventures of He-Man. To, I think I said Funko. I mean, there's so many different varieties, and this amazing. I mean, over 40 years, guys. I mean, this product is going stronger, and, you know, and every year it gets stronger and stronger, you know, and I love it, you know. So, guys, I hope you guys have a great Thursday, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Take care, guys, and have a good one.